It looks like it's time for us to delete TikTok. This sad new trend is giving me secondhand embarrassment, and it's too much to handle.
For those Gen Zers out there that don't understand the Gen X rise, let me explain it. The Gen X folks are the toughest people that currently exist in our world today. They are emotionally tough and they are physically tough.
Gen X is finally rising up. I'm still questioning what for because it doesn't entirely make sense. It may have a little bit to do with cancel culture, neglectful parents, or even Eminem. You might be as confused as me, but by the end of this video, everything will make sense. Hopefully. Imagine seeing this video with no context.
Gen X rise.
My first thought was, who taught their dad how to use a filter on TikTok? This is one of the cringiest videos I've ever seen. It definitely should have been left in the drafts in my opinion. This guy is a self-proclaimed leader of the Gen X Rise movement. His profile name is literally Simon, the leader of Gen X. He made himself the leader because his video quickly went viral and he decided to capitalize on it by making Gen X content. Not only did he start making Gen X content, he started baiting Gen Z with his videos. The sad part is, his videos aren't even funny. I'll show you an example, but please don't click off this video. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be terrible, but I'll be right back in a moment.
I've had a couple of snowflakes turn up at my house today, guys, thinking they were intimidating me. But Gen X can't be intimidated. Read the fucking t-shirt. A fucking Spartan. Check this out.
If you want some, I'll give it you. You want to go with me?
It was worse than you thought, wasn't it? This isn't even the worst video, but the other ones were too long and I didn't want to put you through that. Just like this so-called leader, there are others online declaring war on Gen Z using this Gen X rise trend. Some of these Gen Xers are comparing their childhoods to ours, automatically concluding that they are tougher than us. Not only are they tougher than Gen Z, they're claiming the title of the toughest and scariest generation. This Gen X rise trend is apparently their way of declaring war on Gen Z. They believe that our generation is soft, spoiled, and has life easy, which I find highly offensive. Oh! There I go. Typical Gen Z kid offended by everything.
Why is everybody so scared of Gen X? I'll tell you why. Because we're not afraid of anything and anyone, and you can't control us.
Every single video starts off like this. Gen X is the most feared generation out there. We are not afraid of anything or anyone. Okay, so why is that relevant? No one asked. Can someone explain who they is? Maybe this next lady can explain why they're rising up.
Is Gen X okay? No, seriously, are you guys okay?
What kind of stupid fucking question is that? We're fine. It's 2023. This shit is a cakewalk. We got like 900 TV channels and Prozac. Our kids are grown or almost grown, and our parents are either dead or too old to threaten to kill us every day. I brought you into this world. I could take you out of it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. All she did was ask if you were okay. You didn't need to tell us that you were medicated, but I'm glad that you are. I hope you're finding peace watching all the Real Housewives episodes you can. I know it reminds you of your fist-fighting ways. If my parents were threatening to slay me all the time, like you're saying, I would be glad that they're no longer around either. There's no need to take us out. It was just a question.
Our boomer parents could turn anything violent. Hey, Dad, can I get a paper towel? I'll paper your towel. We didn't have anti-bullying campaigns. Our parents bullied us. If we got hurt, like really hurt, our parents were pissed. Our parents would leave us places all the time. They'd forget us at the store, and there's no way to get a hold of them. So you just have to sit there and hope they came back for you. The school had to take our pictures and fingerprint us in case we got kidnapped. We were like 30 years old when we were 12. Already smoking cigarettes, drinking our parents' liquor. We are older than Google. We spent 30 years taking a dump without a cell phone, and no one had to tell us not to eat fucking laundry detergent. So yeah, I mean, we're okay. We're okay.
So you're saying that you were abused and neglected as a child, and this is supposed to correlate with you guys being the toughest generation? makes total sense. Actually, this just makes me think that the boomers are responsible for us having to deal with so many Karens in our life. This also explains why, as adults, y'all just fly off the handle so quickly. There's a lack of emotional regulation and y'all are consistently screaming at people. No wonder why Gen X is called the Karen generation. Let's touch on some things that she said. Your parents consistently made everything violent. They were your biggest bullies. They were consistently leaving you guys places. Y'all were 12 years old smoking cigarettes and drinking your parents' liquor? Maybe they are the toughest generation. No, that doesn't sound right. The most unhinged generation makes way more sense. In the next few clips, this comedian hits all the main talking points that Gen X continues to put into every Gen X Rise video that they post.
Nobody came to our athletic practices. Nobody brought sliced oranges. And certainly no one was arranging a play date for us. Here's how my mama arranged a play date. At 8 o'clock in the morning, my mama would say, y'all go outside and play. Boom, she'd lock the door. We were outside all day. We didn't have anything to eat. We didn't have anything to drink. We didn't have a juice box or any goldfish crackers. We were thirsty. We drank out of where? We're never going out of business, y'all.
I'm glad Gen X is finding laughter in their traumatic childhood. The more I hear, the more I feel sorry for them. Clearly, the point you're trying to make is that Gen Z's childhood was pampered and they were catered to. My parents went to my sporting events, and hell yeah, I got orange slices at the end of the soccer game. I'm pretty sure that's because the coach provided a list of which parent was supposed to bring what snack for each game. If you don't bring the snack, you'll get shamed by the other parents, and let me tell you, soccer moms talk the most shit. It's amusing to me that she mentions playdates. Her generation is the one who created them. Playdates became popular in the 90s when y'all were young parents. So at this point, you're only making fun of yourself. I'm assuming that y'all didn't want your kids to experience the traumatic events that y'all experienced as kids. So y'all decided to shelter them a little bit more. I think the correct term is supervision. Yeah, apparently your parents never heard of the term.
Gen Z doesn't know how to write a check. They don't know how to address an envelope. They don't know how to read cursive. They don't know how to read a paper map. They can't get anywhere unless there's a GPS map on their phone.
For a second there, I thought she was going to say, we didn't know how to read. She would have been speaking facts, but that's just between me and you. The first thing she mentioned was Gen Z didn't know how to write a check. I have never needed to write a check. I've never even ordered a checkbook. I had one blank check that just shows my account number for direct deposit. Companies don't even want to write checks anymore. They encourage their employees to get direct deposit, so why do I need to write a check? The last letter I wrote was to Flat Stanley when I was in the first grade. Addressing an envelope is not important. I know how to read and write cursive, but not even in college did I have to do that. Anything that I turned in was typed on the computer, and same goes for any job that I had after college. I almost laughed out loud when she said paper maps. That was not the diss you thought it was. If I got into a car with anyone and they pulled out a paper map, red flag alert, best believe I'm getting out of that car right away. There is a reason why GPS replaced paper maps. If you're Gen X, you can keep your map reading ways. Have fun getting lost and pulled over. Hopefully your Karen rage doesn't come out.
All I'm saying is if Gen Z takes over the world, it's gonna be pretty easy to get it back. Gonna write our battle plans in cursive on a piece of paper.
If Gen Z did try to take over the world, they would have a pretty good chance of doing it since they know how to use all the latest technology. I'm just assuming that it would take Gen X a lot longer, knowing you had to wait 5 to 7 business days for that letter to reach your leader. Gen X, please listen carefully. We can easily figure out any old device that you used to use in the past. It's just a question of whether or not we wanted to, because every single thing you talk about is obsolete. We don't refuse to use the internet. We actually embrace it. Maybe if Gen X figured out how to use the internet, they could explain what this whole Gen X movement is, because their so-called leader is over here calling us snowflakes and bitches. Your leader was giving Facebook energy, and I think he went back because he's no longer on TikTok. Maybe some of you should follow him. This little experiment was cute, but please continue your unhinged post on Facebook. We'll promise not to bother you as long as you stay off TikTok. But before you go, I just wanted to show you how Gen Z interpreted your little videos.
You fucked up, Gen Z. You fucked up. See, us Gen Xers, we are the greatest generation to ever live. You wouldn't have survived the 80s. I mean, our parents didn't love us or care about us at all. We still have a lot of problems for that, which we took out on you because you're our kids, right? We beat the fuck out of you. We're so tough and badass, you know, like we have fist fights. Yeah, we don't have feelings either, except when you tell me I'm wrong, I go into hysterical fucking breakdown. I have no emotional regulation. I don't even know how to spell that word because of all the lead paint and the radiation from Fiesta wear.
Gen X, I understand. That was a bit humbling. If you made it this far, you'll notice that she highlights all the key points I discussed earlier. Have you realized it's not giving what you thought? This is where I would insert a BetterHelp sponsorship so you can get a discount on your first few therapy sessions. Of course, this video is not sponsored, so you're gonna have to pay out of pocket.
I thought I smelled something, Ryan.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry. Do I need to dumb it down for you, Gen Z? Me? Smell something rotten.
Oh, you're Gen X, aren't you?
Dang right I am. Now get down on your knees and rise for Gen X.
So you want me to get down and then get back up?
Oh, we got a slow one here.
Who are you talking to?
Gen X is like a hive mind. We are the toughest people that exist in the world today, and you have awoken the beast.
Why aren't you wearing shoes?
Gen X grew up on the streets. We didn't have rules growing up. We don't need shoes. We're built different.
Hey, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, run, little piggy, before the Gen Xer gets you. Run!
That one is giving Gen X Karen edition, but the next video truly shows how unbothered Gen Z really is.
This message is for Gen X
and the millennials.
We don't know what you have planned for us and why you're recruiting everyone, but let us know, we're letting you know that this will not go unpunished. No good deed goes unpunished, says Gen Z. And yeah, we're fucking pissed at Eminem. That new song he made is not fucking cool. Consider him 1, 2, 3 canceled. You thought you could get away so easily? Well, look where I am. Just look outside that window. You'll notice 2 things.
Millennials, Gen Xers, you can get all the people you want. You can't take down Gen Z. You can't take down our power. Look at us. Technology, you couldn't even do. You can't mess with this Gen X. And you
Ever heard of an iPhone, Gen X? That's what I'm using to record this video.
Yeah. And when you need something printed out,
it's called a printer. I see all the TikToks. I see you rallying together. Little do you know, Gen Z has been under the ground for 10 plus years. Yes, 10 plus years under the ground. And yeah, we also learned how to ride bike as well. We've also learned to ride bikes.
We've learned to ride many things. I know you millennials and Gen Xers don't believe that. But look at us. We'll take you down.
Eminem is fucking canceled.
Clearly, Gen Z isn't taking this Gen X beef that serious. I know those of you who are Gen X got all hot and bothered when they said that they were going to cancel Eminem. If you're confused what Eminem has to do with this, it's because this Gen X rise trend blew up even more after his album was released. He made a comment in his song Troubled, basically highlighting Gen Z's cancel culture ways. That is when Gen Z took it upon themselves to try to humble us, adopting Eminem as their new savior. They definitely needed someone to save them if everything that they're saying about their childhood is true. This trend even has Gen Xers questioning this Gen X movement.
As a baby Gen Xer and an elder millennial, I'm saying this out of absolute love. Gen X with the filter, I feel like the Venn diagram between that and boomers being fools, it's like really close. Like, what exactly are we rising up against? Because Eminem made a new song. Like, I understand now why the kids be going at us on this app, because it sounds just so ridiculous.
She's right. It's giving boomer. Let that sink in. It might be tough to hear, but they are the ones who raised you. I'm just thankful that my Gen X parents learned from the previous generation's mistakes and didn't continue the cycle that traumatized them. If you're a Gen Xer participating in this trend, this is what you're giving.
Gen X Rise.
That's all I got for you today.